The Belgian Chess Championship has just begun, and today 14-year-old Elias Rosinski went berserk. Currently the 9 strongest players from Belgium are battling it out to become the champion of Belgium. In round 1, Elias Rosinski, just 14 years old of age, put on a show. Not only did he face a grandmaster, he also played with 97% accuracy and took home the full point. Today I'm gonna show you exactly how it went down. The game starts with 9 moves of perfect theory, which, let's be honest, it's at least double of what most of us know. Black comes out and attacks our queen, so we get to see an early queen trade. Now white develops the bishop, black develops the horsey, and now white picks up the pawn. We see knight e5 attacking the bishop. Bishop goes back, and now we see bishop f5 attacking the knight. Now computer thinks this is an inaccuracy because of the awesome knight d4, which would result in this line. Eventually the knight ends up hitting the bishop. Computer would have preferred that a little bit more, but I don't think I would have found that either. So after bishop f5 we see bishop d3, a developing move, which is also considered a mistake by the computer, which is a little bit funny because I would have never considered this a mistake. But computer saws the following line with knight c5. Black will play b6, and after that you have knight a6, attacking this twice, and already white is better here because black is forced to play king d7. Obviously this is a very ugly king move, but it's the only way to save the position, and therefore white is better. Elias, however, didn't see it either, played bishop d3, which is considered a good move in my book because you develop a piece and simultaneously defend another piece. So I consider this a good move. Engine doesn't, but yeah, that's why we're human and the engine is the engine. We see castle, castle, and it's kind of funny because castling here is actually the best move, because let's say we would play something like rook d1, for example. This would be considered a mistake because after take, you see that this rook is coming with a pin on the bishop, and even if you try to defend it, f5 is coming and you're gonna lose this bishop, resulting in probably losing the game if you do this versus any grandmaster. Luckily, Elias wasn't born yesterday, just 14 years ago, and he of course saw it and played the best move in this position. We see b6, and here Elias finds a beautiful move to secure the bishop pair. Pause the video and see if you can find it yourself. After b6, Elias finds a beautiful move to secure the bishop pair, showing off his incredible understanding of chess at just 14 years old. A brilliant move, knight f6 check. Black retakes, and now we pick up the bishop, therefore having the bishop pair advantage and a little bit easier game. Of course there's still chances for black and the game is not over yet, but white is definitely a little bit better here. Black kicks away the bishop, Elias calmly retreats, and now black is trying to reroute the knight, getting it to an active square. However, Elias is having none of that and decides to attack the other knight, which is undefended. Black responds with knight d4, attacking the bishop, but Elias, seeing tactics very good, plays c3. The knight cannot take because it would be a huge blunder, because you would be down in exchange. The knight was actually pinned and therefore you lose the rook. Black still attacks the bishop, and here the bishop goes back to c4. I really like this move because it controls this diagonal completely. Only way for black to save this rook is by playing knight e6, and after the trades this pawn on e6 would be a permanent weakness, and even in the game, as you can see, Elias does not hesitate to trade. Immediately takes the knight. Black gives the check first because he doesn't want to lose the rook, obviously, and after this position we see that white is already controlling the open file. After they take, this pawn is a permanent weakness because this is an isolated pawn. It's not in one of the pawn islands on the side, but there is a better move than attacking the pawn right now. We have rook to d7. Remember guys, if you can get a rook to the 7th rank controlling all these squares, this is where the rook is most powerful. So Elias exploits that very well. Now in this position, rookies like me might consider rook f7 to be a possible move and hope that white takes the piece, but of course that would be a blunder and white would lose the advantage here. Instead, after rook f7 there's an even better move for white, rook d8, pinning the knight to the king. If the king moves here, we have the bishop coming in, and therefore it's already game over because this knight is hanging. If he defends with the rook, we can simply go rook a8 and then we pick up this pawn anyway. So in the game, for this reason, a5 was played, but Elias, finding 10 best moves in a row, simply showing great endgame domination, picks up the pawns, keeps attacking. Black defends and is still not giving up, but in this position he even finds h4, completely dominating and playing a near perfect game. Black brings the king and attacks the rook, but Elias, not scared, just tries to simplify the position. Black still tries to hang on and doesn't give up yet. Elias just attacks the rook again. The rook goes to a4, and now simply another pawn falls. Black attacks the bishop bishop one more time, bishop to e5, knight moves, bishop to d4, and you can already see the rook is getting trapped here. We see a king move, b3, and after the rook takes, it would be followed by king b2, and this rook is completely hanging because it doesn't have any escape squares. Therefore, in this position, Grandmaster Dugubadze Alexander gives up, resigns, and this is for me the best game of round 1. I hope you enjoyed my review. Follow for more Belgian Chess Championship highlight, and if you think there is a better game, please let me know in the comments below and I might review that one as well. Bye bye!